What's up, everybody? This is Jacob, Culture Pilgrim. This is Culture Pilgrim. I'm gonna do a little transmission today about pornography. I know I did one a little while ago, but I found myself staying up super late the other night. I wasn't able to get to sleep, and as I'm sure a lot of other guys do, I thought, hey, I'm just gonna do the old jerk off and help get to sleep. So in that context, I'm somebody who's, for the most part, spoken about, written about, shared about, had, processes of mutual accountability with other friends around pornography. I have a fairly succinct sense that it's not good for me, but it's a tricky motherfucker. It's a tricky bastard. And for me, it's a sneaky one, and it can catch you when your guard is off, when it's late at night and you're not really, your prefrontal is down. And in that context, I did end up watching some pornography. And, in the moment, it seems like this is just the best thing ever, doesn't it? But pretty much right afterwards, it's a lot less compelling and interesting. And moreover, and more importantly, the next day, I felt so drained. I felt so just like an emptying out of my soul's essence. Like I was there, but I was kind of like up in my head, and the bodily energy was just not flowing. And then I ended up doing a podcast with Matthew, actually speaking about the resonant man, and I started to get kind of tapped in during that dialogue. And after that, I just started having this process of release, and I could just, not like crying, but you can kind of feel like little waves of water in your eyes, and you feel like, like I'm coming back to myself. I'm coming back to wholeness. I'm feeling more connected with myself. And that was a beautiful, beautiful process to undergo. And during the whole course of it, I was just realizing and reflecting, wow, it really doesn't take much pornography to quite significantly disconnect me from myself. And more importantly, disconnect me from my own sexual energy. It's not just self disconnection. It's I become like this floating head. And yeah, the coming back to the heart, coming back to that deeper connection brings me back into my sexual energy centers. And that's the place I want to be. That's the juicy, vitalizing, soulful place. And that's actually the place of connection with women that ultimately the sexual drive is pointing towards. So just a little, report from the trenches, really. This battle that we're in with this collective beast of pornography is not over. And with that being said, the process of coming back to deep connection with myself is so worthwhile and incredible that it's not something to really beat oneself up about either. It's just something to be more and more and more tuned in, I feel. And, God willing, get to a place where more and more and more that impulse just doesn't have any hold. And I've already come an enormous way, from where most teenage guys at and some adult men, and certainly where I was at when I was much younger, where, it's multiple times a week, even multiple times a day. And now for me, it's once every 6 to 8 weeks will I end up watching pornography. And each time I'll end up going through this process that I've just described to you of realizing oh, yeah, this doesn't feel good. And the thing that I want is not that. The thing that I want is holistic, deep, juicy, sexual connection with myself and other people. So yeah, I hope this is useful to guys, maybe to gals too. I don't know, but Jacob out.